Hi there, and welcome back to our third installment of the EFT series. I'm Mike Wallen with the Serenity House of Flint, and today we're going to focus now on some self-defeating behaviors or some bad habits that we may have fallen into, and kind of understand how EFT can help us with these things. I know for me sometimes spending too much time on social media, or kind of feeling that draw back to social media after I've just kind of been disgusted by the whole thing. It's the holiday season. Maybe we're eating more than we want to, or we've went out and had maybe a few too many drinks, or we went out more times for drinks with our friends or whatever than we wanted to, and we want to try to rein in some of this behavior. So today we're going to focus on that. And for me, one of my biggest ones that I've been able to work through, but was when I was home alone. So my wife and the kids and everybody are gone, they're off doing their own things. And that's when I would kind of attack the bag of Doritos or chips and find myself kind of doing that mindless munching thing. And then when I got through, I would kind of always feel some remorse and feel bad about myself and promise myself I wouldn't do it anymore until the next time, and how we kind of spiral. So how do we implement EFT to help us stop these behaviors? And the first thing that we do is, like I had just said, so when I start getting this kind of craving or this pull towards this behavior, is just to simply stop and ask myself, what am I feeling? And so for me, what it was is, if the behaviors, you can go ahead and do it, but I think the main thing is we really need to get in touch with kind of what we're feeling. So my wife and kids, they leave, and I start heading towards the chip drawer, and I said, oh yeah, what am I feeling? And I noticed that I'm feeling anxiety. In EFT, we refer to things like anxiety and depression, frustration, and then these behaviors as intermediate emotions. And underneath these intermediate emotions are what we call the core emotions. Core emotions are, fear, anger, disgust, and then powerful ones too. It can be hate. It can also be what we refer to as positive emotions: love, bliss, peace, things like that. So how we work this in EFT is we look at this. So for me, it was anxiety. So I look at anxiety as being like a tabletop. And underneath this anxiety are a bunch of legs that support my anxiety. So what we're going to do is, we try to focus on the legs that are supporting this anxiety, and then we tap on those legs, and eventually we will tap on enough of them that the table will collapse, and then that issue will kind of go away, and we'll find peace and balance around that issue. So for me, the anxiety and kind of going away for me revolved around rejection, and being the youngest child in my family, I was kind of connected to everybody, and when everybody left, because they kind of all took care of me, right? I was the baby of the family. When they all left, I kind of, I felt alone. So as I was able to tap on these instances, eventually the table collapsed and I was able to stop feeling anxiety when I was alone. And then I began to replace that, my self-sabotaging behavior of eating chips, with a positive behavior. So when I found myself alone, I might go for a walk. I might spend some time and meditate. I might, pick out a book and do some reading. And so I was able to channel my behavior into a positive way to, that kind of brought some good feelings back into my life. So today, I want to kind of go through and we'll start this process. So again, everybody, if you have water, you're going to take a good drink of water, and then let's get comfortable. Maybe think about a behavior that you're trying to stop. Maybe if you're a nurse, lots of potlucks and things, people bringing in food to your unit. And of course, that's always a good way to, we kind of eat our emotions around our patient loads, or, stress on the unit. Maybe if we're a police officer, we go out and have a few drinks after our shift, because of all of the stress, and we kind of feel entitled to that. Maybe if we're an EMT tech and, we've come up on, someone that has, passed away, or in our ambulance, or we were not able to save, and then, we kind of take that and we may, find another way to distract ourselves. So I want everybody to just kind of think about what their behavior is that they want to resolve, and then write it down. And then I want you to kind of feel where in your body, where do you feel this? When you think about giving up this behavior or stopping it, where do you feel it? For me, I feel panic, right? So I feel kind of in my lungs, a little bit of shallow breathing. Okay, and then let's give that an intensity level, with 0 being not intense at all and 10 being very intense. And let's write that down. And then again, I want to tap. I want you to use your own words. I'm just going to simply say this problem. And I want you to use your own setup statement. And we're going to tap on the behavior. So let's get started. Okay. Even though I have this problem, I love myself wholly and completely and unconditionally. Even though I have this problem, I love myself wholly and completely and unconditionally. Even though I have this problem, I love myself wholly and completely and unconditionally. Top of the head, this problem. Top of the eye, this problem. This problem. This problem. Under the nose, this problem. Chin, this problem. Collarbone, this problem. Under the arm, this problem. The thumb, this problem. Finger, index finger, this problem. Middle finger, this problem. Pinky, this problem. The gamut point, this problem. And then look straight ahead, close your eyes, open your eyes, look down hard left, right, back to center, hard down left, back to center. Look up at the ceiling, make a big circle with your eyes all the way around to the floor, back up to the ceiling, and then let's go back the other way. All right, then we're gonna hum. Count to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're gonna hum again. And then back up to the top of the head, this problem. Eyebrow, this problem. Side of the eye, this problem. Under the eye, this problem. Under the nose, this problem. The chin, this problem. Collarbone, this problem. The arm, this problem. The thumb, this problem. The finger, index finger, this problem. Middle finger, this problem. And the pinky, this problem. And then let's take a deep breath. And then just kind of feel that place in your body where you were feeling this craving before, or this compulsion to do this behavior. Feel how intense it is now. And let's write down our score. Maybe the compulsion to grab something to eat is less. If it is still high, you can do another round of tapping. If you need to adjust your setup statement, you can. Hopefully, you have been able to begin to feel the feelings that were underneath that compulsion to do this behavior. If you have, then like we did last time, you can use your setup statement with your emotions, and you can do a round of tapping on that emotion. That will collapse the table. So maybe the overeating is our table, and underneath that we have anxiety. So as a matter of fact, I'd like to use the example again of the nurses. So they have another potluck, and what we try to experience or to feel is every day when I go up onto the unit, I feel anxiety. I'm afraid maybe of patients and getting COVID, or my patient load is too high, or maybe I'm having a problem with a coworker or the supervisor. And every day I feel these things, and they start adding up. And they create all the legs. So those issues are the legs of this tabletop that I'm distracting myself from by eating. So if I just go back over the last 3 or 4 days and I think about the events that happened, that problem I had with the coworker, make your statement, do a round of tapping. The fear of getting COVID from your patients, make your statement, do a round of tapping. The issue with the having too many patients, your patient load, write down your statement, do a round of tapping. And as you do that, there's what's called the generalization effect. You won't have to do, if you've been working in the hospital for 20 years, you won't have to do 20 years worth of tapping. About 4 or 5 of these and that tabletop will collapse and you will begin to experience the peace and the relaxation. You can also, as you begin to develop a practice, at the end of your shift, if you've experienced something emotional, tap on your way home and you'll find yourself arriving home relaxed and peaceful. Again, I'm Mike Wallen with the Serenity House of Flint, and I want to thank you for spending some time with doing EFT. We'll see you again next time. Thank you.